So those of you that have been to this channel before, maybe regularly, probably are understanding that I'm a huge Peak Design supporter. I've been buying and doing review and various videos on their products for a very long time. And they've come out with a lot of great things over the years. I have some of the straps right here that I use on occasion, depending on what camera I'm doing, depending how long I'm gonna have it around my neck, or which have you. From the slide lights, I have the leash here that I did a video on earlier this year when they came out with the new Coyote color, which I love. Going back to these straps, they're so much better than the factory strap that comes with the camera. This thing was the first thing I pulled off, in all reality, on my Sony a7S III. The clutch tends to be the one that I use more frequently than anything, and it's the one that's on my camera right now as I'm filming, because this thing is awesome. It just keeps it in the hand, but no matter what you do, if you want to get your hands free for something, you can't use the clutch. And that's where these awesome neck straps come in. Also, I've always been a huge fan of the capture pieces. So this was the original capture, this was the Capture Pro, I should say the redesigned capture. I have loved these things ever since their inception. And I think I actually have both the standard version, which is with this, and the Pro model of this. The Pro model must be in a box somewhere because I haven't used it so much since I got the updated version. These are really handy to basically clip your camera into because they use the standard plate that Peak Design uses, or in this case, I basically use for my strap up here to put a GoPro or an action camera on. These things are really, really handy. Now, today's video is about what came in recently, and it's not so much a redesign or an all brand new product. It's just a, what do you call it? Peak Design worked with Carryology to bring in some new colors and accents to these products. So from the slide light to the slide, the cuff, which to be honest, I've never actually used and makes a lot of sense. And of course, my favorite, the capture. They teamed up with Carryology to come up with these colors because Carryology has some nice colors. So we have Peak Design products in this lovely orange accent, or in this case, fully orange products. And if you've watched this channel, you know how much I love orange. This much. This is how much I love orange. I love orange. Okay, enough of me blabbing about this. Let's take a peek at what Peak Design and Carryology collabed together to create the new color sequence, I guess, between these two. And we're gonna open up each of these to see what they actually look like. So let's start, that one actually, look at that, I already cut that one open. So let's start with the, this is the slide light. So essentially you have black strap, but then you have the orange in the aluminum handles, basically for the sliding the, the tightening and loosening the strap. So lovely there. Even they even have the Carryology logo, kind of pretty in right there. Can you see that? Hopefully that's easy to see there. Pretty cool. Just very light. Nothing that stands out. Kind of like Peak Design. They just put their little logo there in black on black, so it's not crazy. Oh gosh, big lettering on the strap. Just makes it real, looks professional. Now, if you've never purchased these products before, how these attach to the actual camera itself is you get these little, so these anchors can be placed anywhere on the camera that you would, like they have a little spot where you would typically put the neck strap pieces through, or on the bottom, actually on the anchor point for the camera tripod anchor. This little guy, you basically kind of do a bite on and tighten it down. And yeah, then you have these, and typically, and I'll show you what comes with here, you have one that actually has a 1/4-20 tripod mount on it, so if you don't have a capture plate on your camera at all, they do give you this little guy with an anchor attached, and then they give you two ready to go, actually 4, I should say, 2 that come with the strap, an extra one in the bag, and then one that's already on the 1/4-20. So you have 4 anchor points that you can place under your camera. They do give you an Allen key to tighten this guy on. So you're good to go as soon as you, as soon as you get this, because there's plenty of places. So on my camera, typically I have 3 or 4 different anchor points that I have on my camera that I can then share between the various pieces that I have. So that's really handy in my opinion. And if I didn't point it out, it does come with a nice little storage sack that you can use. Let's get the bigger daddy open. Boom, boom. So this is for larger cameras, or maybe not necessarily just larger cameras, but also it's a bigger strap. It just is more comfortable to wear for longer periods of time as well. It can carry more weight, which is why I actually have one. And you can see what the difference is between them, right? It's not a redesign of the actual strap. It's just, rather than the Peak Design kind of red anchors, gray, black, red stitching, we're going with the orange plates here. I will say that it would have been kind of nice to see orange stitching as well. I will say that. I'll go with that. But essentially, this is just a bigger version of what I just showed you. Everything's going to be the same for the anchor points. So if you have multiple of these straps like I do, you can swap in between straps just by basically you push these guys in like that, and then you bring the anchor point for the camera and slide it right back into place. Really awesome, and of course, orange. Now the cuff is one that I have never actually used before. Like I said, I have the clutch and I love the clutch. But the cuff is actually something that's very usable on all sorts of cameras, small and medium to, I wouldn't say super large, but even on my A7S III, something that I could actually get behind maybe and use more frequently. But essentially it's just a single anchor point and a wrist leash. So you have put this on your wrist, put this on the camera, and then if you're using it and you need to let the camera dangle for a second, you do have this that gets your hands open, because with the clutch, I can't do that, right? I have to keep my hand on the camera at all times, where with the cuff, maybe in addition to the clutch, this just gives me another option to let the camera hang while I have my hands free for a second. Maybe I have to open a doorknob or something, or whatever. You know, I'm just trying to think of reasons to do it. But same with this one. You can see the Carryology times Peak Design right there. And of course, orange. And I'll be honest, the one that I'm looking forward to the most, without a doubt, to check out. Oh, boom, boom. Always that beautiful, or what? So you get the plate, storage bag, as always, Allen key to set it up, and then in here is the longer bolts. So you'll see that on here, the hand-threaded bolts that are right here are so long. These Allen key bolts are longer. So if you have a heavier strap, these will allow you to get it in there. But also if you're looking to put it in a situation where you're not wanting to be able to just loosen it by hand with like these guys here, these are keyed. So, you know, you have to have the Allen key to loosen them up. So depending on where you're placing it, those could make sense over the guys here. And if you're not familiar with this system, essentially you have a clamp. Get this cardboard out of here. You can see it has a nice rubber backing right here that actually allows it to slide, keeps it from sliding, I should say. So once you get this on a backpack strap, you so in between these plates, you would have this on a backpacking strap or on a belt, or on a whole bunch of different areas, whatever you want to mount things to. And then you tighten these guys up to squeeze it between the strap or the belt or the webbing or what have you. And then this is attached to the bottom of your camera. This is the same piece that's actually used with my tripod, my Peak Design tripod. Same exact plate. All right, so she'll slide down. The bottom of the camera will be sitting here, and you'll be able to actually attach it to your hip or a backpack strap or something to get, you know, basically go hands-free again. These things are fantastic. And like I said with my, the original capture, I have the action camera mount. So this is my action camera mount that I've had for quite a long time. And the beautiful thing about it is Peak Design is fully backwards compatible with all their older pieces. And so I could actually still use this action camera mount with this newer plate. Pretty awesome. Now, we'll be honest, the difference between the original one here and the new one here is this is definitely more for hauling, because with this plate here, so let me put the action camera one back on. You know, this does have a little bit of motion in it, right? So it will jiggle, so if you're doing some activity. Whereas the older version, when you strap it down there, then you had another knob here that tightened it down, so then this wouldn't move at all. So that is one big handy thing that the smaller you know, updated versions does not have. It's definitely more for hauling cameras. So this one, you know, while it can be used for this circumstance, that's why I actually still use this older version for that action camera mount. And this would be more for camera on the belt, camera on the backpack strap, camera on some webbing, camera on whatever you want to squeeze it between. So with all these new straps with the nice orange accent, it just goes hand in hand with all the other stuff that I already have. I mean, obviously even my shirts, right? I do a lot of orange and blues in my shirts because those are my two favorite colors. And of course, now I have a capture element that matches my suitcase. That's always a huge bonus, right? Well done. So when Peak Design, when I got asked out and hey, if I'd be interested in taking a peek at the new capture products, and I was like, orange? Oh, you had me at orange, and then I sent them a picture of my suitcase, and obviously I love orange. And this is what the straps and accessories that I got to check out. Now the capture was the big piece, because this is a big piece of orange aluminum, and so if I have this on my body for my camera, it's just something I love. If you're looking at these products, the new Carryology lineup, I should say the Carryology collaboration or collab, well done. You took a great product, in all reality, the exact same product that I've already had, and just made it that much better. And even on top of that, I didn't show you in the back, this says exploring better ways to carry. Exploring better ways to carry your gear. That's exactly what Peak Design is. Carrying your gear better, smarter, and more protective. All of their products, from their straps, to their backpacks, to their slings, to their packing goods, to their packing cubes, everything they do, whether or not it's camera gear or not, they obviously pack a lot more than just camera gear. They pack it better. They have more thought that goes into their design and use than about any company that I've ever worked with. And Peak Design, I appreciate you. I love what you guys do. I am so happy that I continue to take a peek at some of your new stuff. And while I said this isn't necessarily a new product, it makes it new to me because it's one that I'll actually grab more frequently. And that's exactly what I wanted. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you're interested in any of these products, I'll put links in the description, both to the originals as well as the Carryology stuff as soon as it becomes available. I don't know if it's on the market yet or not, but that said, it is coming because it's awesome. And I love the orange. Love it. And I'd love to see orange stitching on that in addition to the orange aluminum accents. So thanks for watching to the end. Catch you back here on techgooch for another future video review. See you soon.